Hello to all my viewers. This is Dr. Dhaval Maheta. And let's try to understand today that how to plot the ROC curve using neo-Bayes in KNIME. So neo-Bayes is a popular machine learning algorithm used for classification tasks. It is based on the Bayes theorem and makes an assumption that the features used for classification are conditionally independent, which means that the presence or absence of one feature does not affect the presence or absence of any other feature. This is the reason this algorithm is considered to be very important in case of machine learning. In practice, neo-Bayes is commonly used for text classification, spam detection, and other similar tasks where the assumption of conditional independence of features may hold reasonably well. This assumption allows the algorithm to be computationally efficient and works well on large data sets. We can build neo-Bayes classifier where we have a data set of emails labeled as spam or ham, which can automatically classify incoming emails as spam or ham. Now let's take an example that after running the neo-Bayes algorithm, it is necessary that we test its accuracy, and for this we generate the confusion matrix. How to interpret the confusion matrix? Let's see. Say for example, we are having a data in which a person is infected with the COVID or is normal. This we want to test with the help of the COVID kit. So this is the COVID kit and this is the actual data. So, if the person is infected with the COVID and the kit also detects that yes, the person is having the COVID, it means that the classification was done appropriately. So, 50 are such cases where the classification was done, or rather, kit was able to detect correctly. The second thing is that a person was normal and the kit detected that the person is also normal. So, 114 are such cases. So, this is also success for us. 50 plus 114, 164 is a success for us, as the kit is able to classify properly. Let's talk about this part. A person is normal, but the kit detected that the person is having the COVID. So 6 misclassified cases are here. Similarly, here, a person is having a COVID, but the kit detected that the person is normal. So 22 plus 6, 28 are misclassified cases. The classification accuracy of the algorithm is dependent on 50 plus 114, the correctly classified cases, divided by total number of cases, that is 50 plus 22 plus 114 plus 6. So let's say we are having a data where true positive is 2894 and true negative is 11750. False positive is 643 and false negative is 994. This is just the previous thing I have converted into the numbers. So this is the first quadrant is true positive, and the second quadrant, this quadrant is true negative. Accuracy is perhaps the most intuitive performance measure. It is simply the ratio of correctly predicted observations. If you want to calculate the accuracy score, see what we will do. We will do the summation of correctly classified cases. So 2894 plus 11750 are the correctly classified cases, which is 14644, divided by the total number of cases, which is a summation of all these four quadrants. So what the accuracy we got is 0.899, which is considered to be quite good. Accuracy is a measure of the overall performance of the classifier, which ranges from zero point 0.5, which is a random guess, to the 1, the perfect classifier. The higher the AOC, the better the classifier is at distinguishing between the two classes. The accuracy of the test depends on how well the test separates the group being tested and those with and without the disease in the question. Accuracy is measured by the area under the ROC curve. An area of 1 represents a perfect test. An area of 0 represents a worthless test. There is a rough guide which we should follow, or rather the limits which have been specified. 0.90 to 1, the model is working excellent. 0.80 to 0.90, good. 0.70 to 0.80, fair. 0.60 to 0.70, quite poor. 0.50 to 0.60, the model is failing. So here we can say that the model is as good as a random guess, and therefore it's not necessary to use the model. Then comes the receiving operating characteristics ROC curve. ROC curve is a graphical representation of the performance of the binary classifier system, which suggests logistic regression, or decision tree, and new Bayes, as it is a discrimination threshold is varied. The ROC curve plots the true positive rates against the false positive rate. See, true positive rate against the false positive rate. Let's go a little bit true positive rate with false positive rate. Okay. Since to compare two different models, it is often more convenient to have a single metric rather than several ones. We compute two metrics from the confusion matrix, which will be later combined into one. The resulting curve is called the ROC curve, and the metric we consider is the AUC of this curve, which is called ROC, AUROC. What is sensitivity and specificity? Let's try to understand. The ROC curve shows how well a model can distinguish between the two classes, positive and negative, by varying the probability threshold for predicting the positive class. Sensitivity is a proportion of correctly classified positive instances among all positive instances, and the specificity is the proportion of correctly classified negative instances among all negative instances. So we have to do the trade-off between sensitivity and specificity. ROC curve illustrates the trade-off between sensitivity and the specificity. A classifier that randomly guesses the class would result in a diagonal line from the bottom left to the top right. A perfect classifier would have a ROC curve that goes straight up the y-axis and straight across the x-axis. What is the ideal ROC curve? Let me show you. It goes straight y-axis, straight x-axis. It means that this is the idealistic curve which we want. The diagonal line is just a random guess. So your model should be somewhere between the ideal situation and the random guess. Now, if we are having two models, say for example, red and blue, red is more nearer to ideal, and therefore we will consider that the method one is more appropriate, or model one is more better than comparison to the model two. The ROC curve can help determine the optimum threshold for making the predictions on the classifier's goal. The chosen threshold will depend on the cost and benefits associated with the different classification outcomes. So now let's see how we can develop the ROC curve in KNIME. So for this, I will have to activate input output from here, read, CSV reader, double click on it, browse. I've activated the CSV node as my dataset is in CSV format. Connect Heart1, open, click OK, right click on it and execute. Again, right click on it and see the file table. Now you can see here that the variables which are there in the data set are age, gender, chest pain type, resting blood pressure, cholesterol, fasting blood sugar, resting ECG, maximum hours of exercise, exercise angina, old peak, ST slope, and heart disease. Now we want to do the classification of the heart disease based on age, chest pain type, resting blood pressure, cholesterol, and maximum hours of exercise. So we'll activate the column filter so that we can consider only those variables which are our matter of interest. Column filter. Right click on it and configure. Now transfer everything this side, left side, and only include age, then resting blood pressure, cholesterol, and maximum hours of exercise and heart disease. Click OK. Right click on it and execute. Now again right click on it and see the filtered table. Quite good. Now we have to do the partitioning of the data. So let's activate partitioning. Double click on it. Again right click on it and configure. Activate the stratified sampling. Here make it 80%. So 80% of the data will go in the training data set and 20% will go in the testing data set based on stratification done on the heart disease. Click OK. Now activate the new bias learner. Right click on it and configure. Keep the things as it is. Default settings are quite good. Click OK. Right click on it and execute. Again right click on it and view the new bias learner. Now the new bias learner does not give any equation just like the logistic regression or linear regression. It's just a learner which gets activated. Now we will have to activate the predictor from here. Disconnect this line. Now let's try to understand what this predictor will do. This predictor will learn from the model, which is new bias learner, but it will fetch the data, remaining 20% data. 80% has gone in the learner, 20% is coming, 20% which was left out. If you want to see what are the observations in 80 and 20, you can right click on it and you can see the first partition, which consists of 80%, and second partition, which consists of 20% data. Right. Again, right click on it, configure, change the prediction column name and append columns with the normalized class distribution. Click OK. Right click on it and execute. Again, right click on it and see the classified data. So you can see this is a prediction which has been done of heart disease based on age, resting blood pressure, cholesterol, maximum hours of exercise. And this is the original data. Now we want to see how well our prediction fits to the original data. So for this, we will activate the scorer. I'll request all my viewers to kindly refer my playlist in which I already uploaded many videos on KNIME scorer. Right click on it and configure. Here, you will have to change the settings. We are comparing the original data heart disease with the predicted data heart disease. Click OK. Right click on it and execute. Again, right click on it and view the confusion matrix. So you can see here 60. Now 60 are such cases where the classification has been done correctly. A person is not having the heart disease and the prediction done by the algorithm is also correct that he or she is not having a heart disease. A person is having a heart disease and the algorithm also predicted that yes, the person is having a heart disease. So 60 plus 73 are the correctly classified cases, which is the total is 133. But the classification accuracy has gone down. It is just 72.283. The misclassified cases are, see here it is, the person is having a heart disease, but the prediction says that he or she is not having. So 29 plus 22, 51 are wrongly classified cases, and the error generated is 27.717%. Now let's see how well our model fits to the ROC curve. So we'll activate the ROC curve from here. Let's disconnect this because we'll have to connect this ROC curve directly to the predictor. Now right click on it, configure. It's quite likely possible that this data will be this side. So first thing, you should activate the heart disease. You should activate the yes from here and remove all the variables. Keep only the prediction done on the heart disease. In general plot options, make sure that this tick is on, otherwise the image will not be generated. So make sure that this tick is on. Click OK. Now right click on it and execute. After execution, click on image. So you got the ROC curve, the blue line. The area under the ROC curve is 0.807. Now, how to do the interpretation of ROC curve? An AOC value of 0.807 in an ROC curve indicates that this is a tree. I'll have to change it and I'll have to make it new bias. Yeah, change has been done. Indicates that a new bias has a high level of discriminative power in distinguishing between the positive and negative class. An AOC of 0.807 suggests that the model has a very good ability to correctly classify positive instances as positive and negative instances as negative. In other words, we can say that the misclassification is less. In other words, the model predictions are better than a random chance, but there may be some misclassifications or overlaps between the two classes. So this is all about how to plot the ROC curve for a neo-bias algorithm. For more videos on KNIME, kindly subscribe to my channel. You can follow me on LinkedIn and Twitter. Please refer my playlist in which I already uploaded many videos on KNIME.